what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, been a while. There is a reason why it's been a while. And that's the reason why I made this video today. So jump right in, get to talking about it. I'm not even sure exactly what I titled this video. Had a lot of things going on in my head, a lot of thoughts about what it could be, what I should say, So basically, if you've been following along with me on this journey that started January this year, if you know, I've lost over 100 pounds, 106 pounds to date from January by fasting, juice fasting and juice cleansing, mostly juice and some water, some water in there too. So I lost that. I got down to 100 pounds. I believe it was at the end of June, early July, is when I got to the 100-pound mark. So since then, the month of July was kind of like a wash. A lot of things going on, a lot of vacationing and birthdays and celebrating some things, and then also in August, kind of the same thing. But so what's been happening with me is my weight has fluctuated since then. Between July and August, I believe I did one long-term or over 5 days fast. I think I did a juice fast for like 14 days in August. And so my weight has fluctuated all the way down to 201 and all the way up to 220. But I wanted to break that 200 mark. And I know in one of my last videos I said, stop paying attention to the scale and looking more at my tape measure. Well, I did that to a certain point. It's a hard habit to break for me to get off of that scale and not look at it. And of course I knew I was down in the low 200s, and I wanted to mark, the date when I broke through that 200 plateau and got into the 190s. Also, I wanted to do it through normal diet and exercise. The reason why I made this channel was I wanted to keep myself accountable during my fasting, but the whole purpose of doing the fast was, for better health, to lose weight, but more importantly, I wanted to keep the weight off, because I did the fasting, a few years back in 2010, 2011, and I lost over 200 pounds doing the fast. However, my lifestyle afterwards didn't match up, and so I gained 150 of that 200 pounds back. So for me, a big thing is learning how to eat, how to have a lifestyle that would support the weight loss and keep that off. And a lot of people that I've talked to who've lost weight, and I can say for myself personally, losing weight is hard, but even harder is keeping it off. It's almost, I know for me, it's like, okay, you got the weight off, you work hard, you got your goals, you set your goals and you hit that goal, and okay, you get to a weight, you get to a point where you say, okay, this is it, this is where I want to be. What do you do? I know for me that was hard, and so I maintained that weight loss for about 2 years, and then it started blowing up. So I wanted to kind of take a break from the prolonged fasting. I have incorporated fasting to my everyday life. I am pretty much eating one meal a day while I'm eating. So that's where the frustration has kicked in, simply because I've been doing one meal a day. I pretty much whenever I get home, I'm usually getting home around after 8 o'clock, and I just have one meal and I eat all my calories. I've done a lot of research as far as figuring out how many calories should I be eating for a guy. I just put my weight in at 200 pounds. What should I eat for a 200-pound person just to maintain? And so most studies have shown, that I've seen, that I've looked up, is showing multiply your weight times 10 or 11 or 12, and that should be it. So for myself, I just said, okay, just to maintain my weight, 2,000 calories. So I'm not going to eat 2,000 calories. I don't want to maintain. I do want to lose, so I want to come down off it a little bit. I am training for a half marathon. Never done anything, never done a 5K or 10K or anything like that, but I said, hey, I'm a person who's driven by goals and writing it down and having a vision and working towards it. So I'm training for a half marathon. So I'm running and I'm eating. I'm staying below. Use my Fitness Pal as an app. I put everything on there. I weigh my food. I try not to eat out that much, and another big thing is I'm following a ketogenic type, low carb type lifestyle, which is different because and I get into why I'm doing that, and not, because before I've said in previous videos, whole food, plant-based, and meat every now and then, where now I'm eating mostly meat, cheese and eggs. So I said I'm trying to get through. I want to break through that 200 pounds, get to the 190s. I'll get below 200s by just diet and exercise. And so with counting my calories, I'm saying anywhere between 1,200, which is very, very low. I'm only around 1,1300 on the days where I'm resting and I'm not doing anything, but I am still eating. And then on the days where I am running or slow jogging, on those days, that's when I'm usually around 1,500 to 1,800. I've never gone over 1,900 because I'm running just starting out, 3, 4, 5 miles. And so you burn a lot of calories doing that. Even with that being said, this past week I've been eating. I have steadily gained weight. Over a 10-day period, I've gained 7 pounds. Very, very frustrating. I believe a lot of it is water weight, which it helps to know that, because of course I weigh myself, and then I just got back on the scale and looking at that scale like every day, to the point where I would weigh myself before I ran, then run, and then check the weight after. Of course, that weight does fluctuate, so I know that that's purely water weight, because there's no, like yesterday, Sunday, I did a 5-mile run, and I came back and I was 4 pounds lighter. I know I did not burn 4 pounds of fat, of body fat. That was just water weight. But it has puzzled me that I can be eating at a deficit for less than what a person my weight should be eating for, and be also exercising, have a not a very active, but an active routine. I'm running at least 4 times a week, and still gain the weight. And as I said, my big thing was I wanted to find out how to maintain, in which I don't like to say I'm scared, but it did cause me to think, like, okay, so what's going to happen when I get to my weight, to my goal weight? And I don't even really have a goal weight. I just wanted to have, I've been looking at the whole, height to hip ratio, like, having your waist, around your belly be half of what your height is in inches, and pay more attention to that. That is one good thing that has happened, is that even though the weight has gone up on the scale, I have lost a half an inch over the last 10 days. It's the only thing that helped me kind of keep my sanity. Other than that, very frustrating, and it's gotten to a point to where, when you talk about disorders, and you talk about depression and all those things, those are serious and big words to throw around. I won't say that I do have an eating disorder, that I have, that I have been depressed about it, but I do know that I've spent a lot of time focused on my weight, on how I look, obsessing over what I am eating. The reason why, and I know I'm skipping around, the reason why I've eaten ketogenically, or low carb, whatever you want to call it, I just know just eating a lot of, fats and protein, and keeping the carbs low, and not to eat too many carbs so that it doesn't just turn into sugar once it's in my body. But before, earlier, I think back in July, for a couple weeks when I was just eating normally, I did whole food, plant-based, and I was not eating anything. Did the same thing that I'm doing now, and I was gaining weight. I didn't really talk about it. I was very frustrated about it, didn't talk about it. I was gaining weight, so I said, okay, and maybe 2 weeks is not a long time, maybe it takes a little bit longer, maybe it goes up, and then it'll, stay for a second, then it'll go back down. I don't know, but I just feel with diet and exercise, and paying attention and counting everything, weighing it out, not just eyeballing it and going off a little bit, weighing it out, making sure I'm good. I should have been losing weight, especially eating fruits and vegetables. That's what got me here, drinking fruits and vegetables. So I said, well, I'll try something different. I tried the low carb. It's worked for me before. Try it again. Trying it. it's kind of the same thing. Now I did, like I said, over the last 10 days, it's been what, 8 pounds, and it did go down today, which I'm gonna see if it continues. But I gotta figure out what works for me. Those are the two things that I know. I know there are a lot of other things that can work, but I like having structure and knowing, okay, eat this, don't eat this. I figure with the whole insulin thing, I've been studying up on, as far as, okay, people who usually carry a lot of weight around their midsection, they do have an insulin problem. They don't process the insulin the same way. And so, you can do low carb or keto to keep that insulin and the sugar down, not eating, sugars and stuff. You can also do, you can do like a vegetarian or vegan keto, which is it's a lot tougher to do, but it can be done. To just say, hey, just have a healthy lifestyle and just, kind of eat whatever, and that hasn't worked for me. Maybe I have to grow some more. So I've been pretty stressed, because the first 6 months of the year, I was doing prolonged. I did the first 4 months, 36, first 4 months, nothing at all. And then the next, 2 months, the majority of that time I was on the fast. So I just wanted to give the prolonged fasting a break for like a month maybe. And I figured in a month I can lose 10 pounds on my own. That would have taken me below the 200 and I'd be fine. Hasn't happened. So I don't know where to go. I don't know. I don't have any answers. And another thing, I am freezing all the time. Read some stuff. Look, I stay online looking at stuff and reading stuff, and a lot of people were saying, it could be. Not people were saying, but lots of research was leading to a slow metabolism. Broken my metabolism, like all the people on The Biggest Loser who lost all that weight, and then they gained it back because they messed their metabolism up and their body was burning a lot less calories than what they were before they got on The Biggest Loser. So in order for them to continue to lose or to stay where they were, they would have had to continue to work out for 10, 12 hours a day. Now, I don't believe that is me. Fasting, if anything, has shown that it does speed up the metabolism. Well, I know that with intermittent fasting, it does. I don't really know as far as prolonged fasting if that is the same. But yeah, I'm gonna keep bringing videos. I've been in my head just really frustrated that I just knew by now. I did meet my goals. I told you guys my goal was to be in a large shirt, and this is a large, got room. I probably put the video to put the pictures up. I took a picture. I took those pictures about 2-3 weeks ago. I met my goal early. I got into the outfit, the red shirt and the khakis, large shirt, 36 pants. Boom, met that goal. So it's crazy, it's like I'm getting smaller. My body is changing, and I know it's getting smaller. However, man, it's hard to break that scale, man. You just want that scale to show. So frustrated. To say the least. So hope you guys appreciate the honesty and the being frank. I'll try next time not to go so long before I make another video, but I just had to get my head together to make this one and just put it out there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope what I said was helpful to somebody. If you haven't by now, hit like, subscribe, and thank you for joining me on this journey in health.